Artificial intelligence is moving faster than ever, and this week, the announcements are huge. Google and MIT just taught AI how to detect the next big trend online without leaking a single person's data. Microsoft unveiled a voice AI that can hold 90-minute conversations with multiple speakers. Elon Musk launched yet another AI company called MacroHard, while simultaneously suing Apple and OpenAI for billions. And IBM, together with NASA, has created an AI twin of the sun to predict violent solar storms before they knock out satellites, power grids, and even the internet. Big moves, bigger stakes. Let's break it all down. Google and MIT, AI that spots trends without exposing you. Every time you search for something, leave a comment or just scroll. Platforms like Google, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify are tracking massive amounts of data to figure out what people like. That's how YouTube knows which videos to recommend, how TikTok pushes the latest viral dance, or how Spotify introduces you to an artist you never knew you'd love. But here's the tricky part. How do you find the patterns, the trends, without exposing what one single person did? For years, companies have struggled with this balance between privacy and insight. The old method worked like this: give every item a score, add random noise for privacy, then use a threshold to decide what shows up. Scalable? Yes, but not efficient. The loudest signals, like very common searches, always drowned out the quieter but valuable ones. Imagine a room where the loudest voices dominate, while the insightful whispers get lost. Now comes Google and MIT's breakthrough. Their system, called MAD, Max Adaptive Degree, and its advanced version MAD2R, completely changes the game. Think of it like traffic management. If one lane is jammed with too many cars, MAD redistributes the overflow to quieter lanes. In data terms, if an item is already far above the threshold, the extra weight is trimmed and given to smaller, underrepresented signals. Suddenly, rare but important phrases, niche topics, and early trends get noticed. With MAD2 dirhams, the process happens in 2 rounds. First, it builds a rough picture. Then it refines that picture with noisy data, capturing subtle patterns while still keeping every user anonymous. The results? Stunning. Tested on huge datasets like Reddit, IMDb, Twitter, Wikipedia, Amazon, and Common Crawl, MAD2R consistently outperformed older methods. On Common Crawl alone, it extracted 16.6 million unique items from 1.8 billion entries. Less than 1% of the data, but it still captured 99.9% of users and 97% of user item pairs. In other words, it told the entire story while protecting every single individual. Microsoft's new voice AI, conversations that last. Meanwhile, Microsoft has dropped a bombshell in the world of synthetic voices. Their new open-source model, Vibe Voice 1.5b, doesn't just generate robotic-sounding clips. It can produce 90 minutes of continuous, coherent conversation. Not just one voice either. It supports up to 4 different voices in the same session. Imagine a podcast, a roundtable discussion, or even a short film, all generated by AI. It doesn't stop at speech. The system can switch languages, turning an English prompt into fluent Chinese, or even generate singing. That means it can replicate conversations, arguments, storytelling, or even music with human-like expression. The magic comes from its architecture. First, the acoustic tokenizer compresses raw audio, recorded at 24,000 samples per second, by a factor of 3,200, making giant data streams manageable. Then, the semantic tokenizer focuses on meaning, not just sound, ensuring it understands content. Finally, the diffusion decoder head adds the fine-grained details, making voices sound natural and alive. The model was trained gradually, starting with short bursts of data before scaling up to handle 65,000 tokens. That's why it can flow smoothly for over an hour. Better yet, it's efficient. You can run multi-speaker conversations on a mid-range graphics card like the RTX 3060. And because it's open source, developers, educators, and creators can use it today for free. One of the first truly open tools capable of producing long, expressive, multi-speaker audio. Elon Musk's macro-hard and billion-dollar lawsuit narrator. Now let's talk about Elon Musk. He just announced a new company called macro-hard, a not-so-subtle jab at Microsoft. The plan? A purely AI-driven software company where Musk's chatbot, Grok, runs specialized agents for coding, image generation, and workflow automation. Think of it as an AI company run entirely by AI agents. Musk even filed for a trademark covering downloadable programs for generating speech, text, and agentic AI. It's ambitious, but remember, he's already running Tesla, SpaceX, xAI, and several political and legal projects. With a $29 billion stock award just approved to keep him focused on Tesla, critics wonder how much bandwidth he has left. But macro-hard isn't Musk's only big move. He's also suing Apple and OpenAI, accusing them of an illegal partnership. The lawsuit, filed in Texas, claims Apple's integration of ChatGPT into iOS locks out competitors like Grok. Musk argues this kills innovation, limits consumer choice, and unfairly boosts OpenAI to the top of the App Store. OpenAI dismissed the case as ongoing harassment, while Apple hasn't commented yet. But regulators are already watching Apple closely for antitrust issues. With Musk now joining the fight, this could be one of the biggest legal showdowns in tech history. IBM plus NASA minus AI twin of the sun. Finally, IBM and NASA are tackling something cosmic. Together, they've built Surya, the world's first AI foundation model of the sun. Why? Because solar storms can wreak havoc, disabling satellites, disrupting GPS, frying power grids, and even cutting off internet access worldwide. Current warning systems give about an hour's notice before a flare strikes. Surya doubles that to 2 hours and improves accuracy by 16%. Trained on 9 years of data from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory, it essentially creates a digital twin of the sun, forecasting what it will look like an hour into the future. The model uses a long short vision transformer with spectral gating, allowing it to handle massive images up to 4,000 by 4,000 pixels. It even learned quirks like the sun's strange rotation directly from the data. And it doesn't stop at solar flares. The team also released Surya Bench, datasets and benchmarks to predict solar winds, ultraviolet radiation, and magnetic activity, all of which affect satellites and communications. The best part? Surya is open source. Available on Hugging Face and GitHub, it's designed so even non-experts can use it. This could be a game changer for space agencies, telecom companies, and even governments trying to protect infrastructure. So here's where we stand. Google and MIT are finding hidden trends without spying on you. Microsoft has built a voice AI that can hold conversations longer than most movies. Elon Musk is juggling new companies and billion-dollar lawsuits. And IBM, with NASA, is predicting the sun's violent storms to protect Earth. We're living in a time where AI isn't just shaping our feeds, it's shaping law, industry, science, and even space. The stakes are massive, and the future? It's being written right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.